coach was back, so no.
And with 3 minutes to go in the first, and both teams obviously have to settle in, but whatever team can kind of clean this up. But the weird thing is that these turnovers aren't necessarily leading to points. It's not like they're turning these. He's on a lot of live ball turnovers, which is good if you're looking at.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This some bullshit right here. I'm sorry. This some motherfucking bullshit, bro. And I'm finna speak on it, man. I don't give a damn. Yeah, this is a damn shame. This is a damn shame, man. Yeah, man, these Snax on Sportz, man. I'm back with another one. And I just got through watching and a total abomination of a game, bro. From the Golden State Warriors. I'm talking about, or at least that fourth quarter. Like I don't know what the fuck that shit was. And after I just watched what I just watched, bro, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I done seen enough. Like, how can I definitively say, after seeing some punk ass shit like that, that this team, this Golden State Warriors team, is a real championship contender? How can I say that? I can't say that. After what the fuck I just seen. After what I just seen, bro. You want me to say that this team is definitively gonna end up in the Western Conference Finals? Fuck no, I can't say that shit. I can't say that shit at all. I mean, this is just bad. You let these motherfuckers, the Dallas Mavericks, go on a 23-1 run in the fourth quarter. These motherfuckers, the Golden State Warriors, went into the fourth quarter at home, up 14. I said at the beginning of the fucking fourth quarter, I said, if you do the math, all y'all got to tell yourself is, for one quarter, this team is not going to outscore us by 15 points. You're up 14 at home at the end of the game, bro, in the fourth quarter. Not only do they outscore y'all by 15, y'all let these motherfuckers go on a 23-1 run. Steve Kerr, your punk ass over there acting like you Phil Jackson not calling the timeout. Call that fucking timeout, man. Get somebody else in the game. That shit was pathetic. I mean, absolutely fucking pathetic. I mean, straight the fuck up, bro. Like, I like that shit right there. So no, I'm not. Hey, bro, I'm no longer finna even do this shit to myself no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that the Warriors is a. I know that they one of the 5 or 6 teams that got a chance of possibly winning it. But as far as the favorite and they the betting odds, they number 1 and number 2 and all that shit, fuck that. I'm not believing that they gonna do shit until I fucking see it. I'm not believing they a real championship contender until they actually win the championship. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because I know motherfuckers gonna say, well, B. Jada, Draymond Green didn't play. Brother, you was up by 21 points. Draymond Green wasn't there when you got up by 21. So I don't want to hear that shit. You at home, up 14 in the fourth quarter. You have to win that game. Steph Curry, if you that player, all this greatest shooter of all time, greatest shooter. You can't be the greatest shooter of all time, bro, and can't score nothing in the fourth quarter, bro. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. That type of shit just can't happen. That's my favorite player. I love him. But you can't do that, bro. You can't be the greatest shooter of all time and this and that. You want to get all these motherfuckers shit. But then all you need to, nigga, you up 20 points. All you got to do is just get a basket or two here or there just to stop the momentum. Y'all niggas let these niggas go on a 23-1 run. The fuck type shit is that? So, hey, that shit got me pissed the fuck off, bro, because I'm thinking, all right, All-Star break. These niggas was talking that shit before the All-Star break, talking about we tired and we needed some time and this and that. So I'm thinking, okay, we coming back with a fresh motherfucking, you know what I'm talking about? We coming back with a fresh mind, everybody refresh, a new, you know what I mean? And y'all niggas doing the same shit. Now, I'm sorry to say, Steph Curry, you know I love you, boy. But that clutch gene, I don't know, man. I don't know because every time I mean, motherfucker do all this Harlem Globetrotter, all these tricks in the first 3 quarters of the motherfucking game, and then when the game get tight in the fourth quarter, this man ain't nowhere to be found. Not only is he not nowhere to be found, he ain't even looking for a shot. This nigga pass the ball and run to the corner. I'm like, bro, you getting ready to lose the game. They making a run. You supposed to be Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. Grab the motherfucking ball, make a move, make a shot, motherfucker. Your ass getting paid $50 million a year. What the fuck? This shit is ridiculous, bro. And what I'm saying is, see, I watch every fucking game. I'm a real fan. I'm a true fan. I don't miss no motherfucking game. This shit is a reoccurring thing. This shit keep happening. What this team is showing me is that they get up, you know what I mean? And they've been doing this shit for years. The difference is now is that yeah, you still got Steph, Clay, and Dre, but they ain't all playing that all the same time no more. This person injured or that person injured and it ain't no KD. So in the past when niggas would get out to a 20-point lead, 30-point lead, and then get to doing jumping jacks and backflips and hot dogging and celebrating in the second and third quarter before the game is over, and then let a team come back, they would at least, you know, have either Clay or KD to be able to say, all right, the other team making a little run, give me the ball. Because Clay clutched in the bitch. Clay has consistently been clutch. Game 6, Clay is a real motherfucking thing. This nigga show up every game 6. If it wasn't for Clay in game 6 of the motherfucking Clay in game 6 of the motherfucking 2016 finals, the year we went 73-9, if it wasn't for Clay, we wouldn't even got to the motherfucking finals that year. To even go up 3-1 and lose to the motherfucking Cavaliers. We was down 3-1, and Clay went crazy in game 6. Steph Curry was nowhere to be found. He played okay that game, but Clay single-handedly won us that game. And then Steph did his thing in game 7 back at home, yeah. But, hey, the real hard work was done in game 6. You know what I'm saying? So Clay been done his thing. And everybody know about KD. You know, everybody know, you know what I mean? You know, I don't like KD. KD don't like me. That nigga blocked me on IG, whatever. But that meant, hey, when KD was here and we needed a bucket, get a ball to KD. Hey, you know what I mean? He gonna get down on that block, blah, 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 blah. Did a little Jordan spin, buckets, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he do. He get buckets. Steph, I mean, this nigga, I don't know. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, it's the regular season and this. No, they wasn't trying to lose that game. When the game got tight, they was trying to make shots. Them niggas didn't make shit. So I ain't even, man, I'm so motherfucking mad right now, bro, over this shit. Like just seeing these motherfuckers just squander a motherfucking game like that, bro. And it's like we still got the second best record in the league. Still got the second best record in the league. But the whole thing is, on some real shit, this about the fourth or fifth time this has happened this year. The fourth or fifth time. You know what I'm saying? The shit happened in this game. The shit happened against the Pacers a month and a half ago. This shit happened against somebody else. It happened against the Spurs earlier in the year. You feel me? It happened against somebody else recently. This shit keep happening. This shit been happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's the reason why I'm saying, to me, I'm not just coming out just saying this shit right now just because of this one game. I've been seeing this shit happen, you know what I'm saying, a few times now over the course of the season. You know what I'm saying? What that shows, what that tells me, ain't no motherfucking killer instinct on the team. Like, you got to be able to close the motherfucking deal. You got to be able to close that. I'm sorry. You have 14 at home. You got to close that out. Ain't no excuses, man. Ain't no, Draymond ain't here right now, but he about to be back. Clay didn't play tonight. No. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that, because that Dallas Mavericks team out there, you got to be able to beat them, bro. You got to be able to beat them. And I mean, shit, you was up 21. What the fuck happened? The fourth quarter come, you niggas just, goodness fucking gracious. So, hey, man, that right there was just, and like I said, I seen the shit coming. Turnover, brick shot, turnover. Jordan Poole, this nigga keep coming down the motherfucking lane with all this wild shit, doing these wild ass shots, pass the fucking ball to Steph Curry. But Steph just be letting them niggas, that nigga don't come over there. Hey, man, give me the fucking ball. Clap for the motherfucking ball. Nigga, do that shit that KD did to Draymond. Clap for that motherfucker, man. Tell them niggas give you the motherfucking ball, man. You the greatest shooter in the world, nigga. So, hey, to me, hey, I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. They're going to have to show me some shit. I'm not finna get caught up and be stressing over this motherfucking team for no motherfucking reason, man. And sitting here after these motherfuckers is doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers getting paid all this motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? And playing like this and have a fourth quarter like that. Like, if I'm saying it as a fan on the bit, at home, watching it, saying like, listen, knowing that this has happened 3 or 4 fucking 5 times already this year. All I'm saying to myself, all right, guys, all right, you're up 14. The fourth quarter finna start. So in order for this team to beat you, that means in this last quarter of the game, you guys have to allow them to score one. You guys have to allow them to basically score 15 more points than you to end up having one more total points than you in the game to win the game. It should be like almost impossible, brother. Like, they gotta outscore. That basically means they gotta score 30, y'all gotta score 15. I mean, that basically means they gotta score 30, we only score 15. They gotta score, 27, we only score 12. That's a total fucking choke job. That's what that is. That's a choke job right there. If that happens. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I've been seeing this shit, and this shit bleeding over to basketball now. I mean, I'm just now trying to get over the motherfucking Niners blowing their 10-point lead in the NFC Championship. I mean, what's up with these niggas, and they can't hold these motherfucking leads in the fourth quarter and close out these motherfucking games, man. So, hey, Warriors, y'all gonna have to show me. I'm sorry. Now, if Clay was there, we would have won. Why? Because Clay would have ended up hitting a shot or two that would have stopped their momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is ridiculous, bro. This shit is truly ridiculous to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I said I gotta come out, man. I got to do an instant motherfucking Snax on Sportz. Nigga, fuck waiting till the morning. This is bitch ass shit right here. I ain't even want to wait to the post game to hear nothing Steve Kerr or Steph Curry bitch ass had to say. Cause I know them niggas gonna be talking that punk ass shit, gonna be saying that same shit that they always say. You know what I'm saying? Every time these niggas always fuck up after the game, Steph, like this shit is ridiculous, bro. This shit is ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you right now, Joe Lacob ain't finna keep going into the motherfucking luxury tax for this shit. Hey, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Y'all niggas better get y'all motherfucking act right and start making and get back on and get on a motherfucking run. Like how y'all niggas was the first 20, 25 games of the year. Get back on that shit, bro. I know niggas have had some good moments since Draymond been out. We had the little 9-game win streak, but then after that, we lost 4 or 5 going into the All-Star break. 2 of them we should have won. Come back after the All-Star break. Okay, we do what we did to Portland the other night. Blow them out by 30-something. Tonight, we come out up by 20-something. Like what is, like, bro, y'all are a better team than this. You can't be getting up 20, 30 points and losing, bruh. But, hey, what that showed to me is ain't no clutch gene, ain't no killer instinct. And that shows that we think that we forgot that it's 4 quarters to a motherfucking game and not just 3. These niggas didn't lead the whole fucking game, nigga, until they find. And when it took them a couple percent. Look, these niggas got the lead down to 1, and they still couldn't take the lead, nigga. But we couldn't do shit to make a shot and push the shit back up. That's that shit these niggas be talking about, man, on this motherfucking on this talk radio, and I be trying to defend y'all. But hey, they be talking that shit saying, hey, Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins and some of these other players ain't been through the moments, the playoff moments. Yeah, they've been playing good in the regular season and all that, but what's going on during the 23-1 run, man, when we just need one shot? And Andrew Wiggins is just building motherfucking all type of brick houses, man. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, just throwing up bricks. Jordan Poole, wild in the bitch, coming down the lane, just going to the fucking basket, hella wild, just throwing shit up, acting like he got fouled and ain't getting fouled. They're not calling that punk ass shit right now, nigga. Missing wide open shots. Steph Curry, I mean, passing the ball, running off to the motherfucking corner and watching Gary Payton II and Jordan Poole and Kevon Looney try to do something with the ball while you stand in the fucking corner. While these niggas is making a 23-1 run to embarrass your motherfucking ass at home after your ass was up 21 and controlled the whole motherfucking game for the first 3.5 quarters of the game and choke that shit away like the motherfucking choke niggas that y'all is. That shit's pretty fucking pathetic, bro. Straight the fuck up. See what the fuck these bitch ass niggas got to say, man. This shit, man, it's so to me, hey. To me, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, bro. You know what I mean? These niggas deserve all the motherfucking, all the whatever they say about their ass tomorrow on Monday, Sports Talk Radio and on TV, locally and nationally, whatever they fucking say about the Warriors, y'all deserve all that shit and more. Punk motherfuckers, just ruin niggas' nights, man. How y'all disappoint y'all fans like this, man? Like, that's the sad part about it, man. Y'all just disappoint y'all fans. Just fuck it. Fuck them fans, man. Shit, man, I'm still gonna get my 30, 40 million. We win or lose. Fuck them. It is just like, it's like, bro, the game is just like, how does it just end like that? How did the game just end like that? Just like you just controlling the whole game and then it's over and you lost? I mean, they did all of that shit within like, all that shit you did in the whole game, they erased all that shit in like 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's bad, bro. It's all the way bad, bro. I'm trying to find that. Let me see. I know this got to be some shit right here. See what the fuck these niggas talking about.
With a 107, the 101 win. Luka Doncic with 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And yes, this is a stun. It's shocked crowd outside of Chase Center here as we're live at the Gay House for Warriors. Post-game live presented by Toyota with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champ Darrell Wright. I am Bonte Hill. And boys, how are we going to spin this one? They were rolling through the third quarter. They were up 21 with 8:25 left in the third quarter. And the Mavericks just fought back. And they get a big-time win here at Chase Center.
Man, that was a big win. The Warriors definitely going to be kicking themselves for this loss right here, being up 20, end up finding a way to lose this game. But Spencer Dinwiddie, that bench, they came up big time for the Dallas Mavericks, and they end up getting
Spencer
the win.
Dinwiddie
got a little too stagnant with their offense. A lot of one-on-one basketball instead of the ball movement that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's a tough loss, no question, Bonte. And you got to give the Dallas Mavericks a lot of credit. They were really struggling. Looked like they were getting ready to give up. But Spencer Dinwiddie came in the game and flipped that game around. I give a lot of credit to Jason Kidd for sticking with Dinwiddie to get them back in the game. When he brought Luka back in the game, Luka was sharing the basketball, letting Dinwiddie run the show and playing off the ball. But the Dallas Mavericks made all the big plays. They were driving the basketball, played out in transition.
It's sad, bro.
We talked pregame
It's some sad shit.
Lack of bench depth.
Right.
But they had enough guys to come in and flip this game around at halftime.
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie, 24 points off the bench, 10 of 14 from the floor, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. And since he's been with the Mavericks, Davis Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie have been a perfect fit.
Right. Get to the shit talking. Get to the shit talking, man.
Getting to the basket and also finding guys around the perimeter.
Yeah, early in the game, Doncic was stuck on 12 points and 1 assist. And
And
it seemed like his teammates were losing interest in the game.
Yep.
Dinwiddie came in. Not only did he get himself going after
And
game, the Warriors were dominated.
Yeah.
And when he checked back in the game, the worst case scenario was he came in as a closer. They were 1 point difference, and he made all the big plays. We saw him with a few assists. We saw the back down post up over step closer.
We saw Luka complaining.
And that's another thing. When they started to kind of like chip in and make their little run, Luka Doncic wasn't in the game. He was on the bench. That nigga was on the bench, bro. So basically, y'all let an extremely average team, bro, basically come back and beat y'all. And that's what happened against the Spurs, who got an average team, if not below average team. And that's what happened against the Pacers before they made whatever trade that they just made to get Buddy Hield. And so we played the Pacers team that this Warriors team lost to is like the JV Pacers team, bro. The G League Pacers team. Like, it's sad, bro. So to me, I'm sorry. If you a championship team, you got to beat those teams, bro. You got to. You got to beat those kind of teams, bro. You can't be losing regularly to bad teams. Even though you got a lot of wins, you're not trending in the right direction. You're not trending in the right direction, bro. And what I'm continuing to see is the game get close, and Steph Curry ain't nowhere to be found. Steve Kerr don't necessarily make no adjustment. I'm not one to blame the coaches, so I'm not, but at the same time, I'm not fully putting the blame on Steve Kerr. No, but bro, y'all gotta sometime get out of that too cool for school kind of shit, man. They making a run. Just do something to win the game. I'm sorry. Don't just keep sitting over there, Steve Kerr, like you Phil Jackson. I ain't calling a timeout. And then when you call timeout, you call timeouts when you shouldn't, nigga. When you should let them play through it.
Over and over again in that first half. And then in the third quarter, he didn't get a couple foul calls. He wasn't running back on defense. But as you mentioned, Mully and D, right? Jason Kidd stuck with the guys who got him back into the game. Green, who's Mr. Green? He came in to have some big-time layups during that 23-1 run as well. So the Warriors, they suffered this loss here to the Mavericks. 12 of 20 from the free throw line. We keep talking about free throw shooting for the Warriors. 8 missed free throws in a game like this. When you lose by 6, that's the difference in the ball game.
Most definitely, especially with a
that
team
ain't the difference in the ball game.
So well around
that ain't the difference in the ball game, bro. They was up 14, nigga.
On a downtime, get those free throws in.
Everything that they was doing in the first 3 quarters, defensively, everything they stopped doing. Yeah, I want to hear what the fuck Steve Kerr.
Knock the free throws out.
Yeah, and of course the missed points at the free throw line is a huge factor. And also, I think it has an impact on how you attack the basket. When you're not shooting the free throw well, you're not as aggressive. You're avoiding contact as opposed to seeking out contact and going to the free throw line, and they're free throws. Right, it's automatic. Players 60s, 5 or 6 players under 70%. They need to change that between now and playoff time.
No doubt about that. One guy who does get to the line is Jordan Poole, but tonight he only had two free throw attempts. Jordan Poole tonight, 4 free throw attempts for Jordan Poole. He only finished with 4 points, though. 0-7 from the floor, 0-4 from the three-point line.
I want to hear what the fuck Steve Kerr, it's Steph Curry got to say about this shit. I want to hear these fucking excuses.
Sitting by inside of Chase Center here. And KB, what a monumental loss for the Golden State Warriors.
I want to hear what the fuck these punk ass niggas gonna say, man.
Stories, and you had a group text that was popping off. Let me hear about that, because I'm more interested about that than the Warriors put its 21-point lead.
Well, it's my family group text, first of all. So my family is up in Washington State. We watch the games together. They know that I'm here. They're either watching on League Pass or when the games go national. We've got little observations, little jokes flying during the game. Started to get real quiet in that fourth quarter. And then my mom fires off a text that was one word: meltdown. She's exactly right. Mom, you got it. How else do you describe this? It's a meltdown. And then as I came to watch the end of this game on TV for the last minutes, I saw the runs flashing on the screen that our broadcasters had. It was a 23-1 run, and then it was a 30-5 run. It just felt worse and worse this game. A meltdown. And then reviewing some of the buckets as you go through the fourth quarter, you could see these big chunks of text where Steve Kerr was subbing in big groups of players, taking out groups of players, trying to find any combination that could get some kind of scoring in this game, and the Warriors didn't have it. The massive droughts in the fourth quarter. And then, guys, what I thought my story was going to be about when the Warriors had a 21-point lead was the way that the ball was moving, kind of carrying things on from the Portland game. There was a stat that I noticed that when the Warriors have 30 or more assists, they are 21-1. So I was like, yeah, ball's moving really well tonight. Steph had 10 assists. And you see all of that stopped late in this game. The Warriors finished with 27 assists, and what we have is an L.
And to me, that's another thing. It's like, I don't understand. It's like when the game go all bad like that, they just totally just let it, just let all the wins sell. You like whatever the fuck. They let it get as bad as it can possibly get, and just let it go all the way. You know what I mean? They don't halfway fuck up, nigga. They fuck up all the way. You know, the worst you could possibly fuck up. Because it's like, all the ball movement and all the shit that was going on in the first half in particular. And when the Mavericks made their run and they was coming back and the game got tight and got close, it's none of that. They just standing around, Andrew Wiggins just going one-on-one and throwing up bricks. It's like, bro, Steve Kerr, call a timeout and tell them niggas, bro, I don't know if y'all don't know this or not, but we're not moving the ball the same. Motherfuckers are standing around. We going one-on-one. That's not how we got this lead. Let's get back to that. But nothing, bro. Just one-on-one, throw up a brick, let them get the rebound and come down and like everything just shifts. The tenacity in our defense and how we was playing earlier, all that, the wind just goes right out of its sails. And I mean, it's like they just got an easy lane right to the basket. You know what I mean? And just chopping the lead away quick. And I'm like, bro, I just said at the beginning of the fourth quarter that at the bare minimum to win this game, y'all just got to tell yourself that y'all can't let this team outscore y'all by 15 points. That's not to say, no, they can't outscore us by 3 or 4. 15. Because y'all had a 14-point lead. And y'all let that happen, man? That's not championship contention worthy to me. I'm sorry. It might be a little bit of emotions talking, or it might not, but for the most part, it's not. Because like I said, it's not just off this one game. I didn't seen this happen 3 or 4 times already this year. Like you gotta close these games out at home, bro.
A big L. Shades of a different game right before the All-Star break, and he only scored 13 points in the fourth quarter. 13.
You know what I'm saying? So
with Steph Curry, of course. Bad loss. They got to regroup quickly because this road trip coming up, KB, is no joke. At Minnesota, at Dallas against the same Mavericks team. Then you got the Lakers Saturday night. Oh, by the way, you have to go to Denver twice next week. Brutal stretch coming up for the Warriors, KB.
My mom says hi, guys. Just want you to know.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mrs. Burke. How you doing? Thanks, KB, for that one. We'll talk to you a little bit later in the post-game show. Let's talk about Steph Curry, though, coming off the All-Star break. Had a very solid game at Portland, 18 points, 14 assists. Did not play in the fourth quarter. He got back up to 10 assists tonight. 27 points, 3-10 from the three-point line, 11-25. Wasn't the most efficient night, although I thought Steph Curry started to put his imprint on his game in the third quarter, D, right?
Yeah, he definitely did. And I think Steph Curry does a great job of making the right reads and right plays off the high pick and roll. He understands teams are going to double him and zone up on the rest of the team. He does a great job of getting that ball to the guy in the middle and letting that guy be a playmaker.
That's not.
But like you also mentioned, Vontae, it make
niggas don't want to hear none of that, bro.
All around good game for him.
He played a great game. Those are big time numbers.
No, he didn't play a great game.
His minutes played.
He didn't play a great game. I'm sorry. That's cap. That's cap. That's all motherfucking cap, nigga. He didn't play a great game. So Chris Mullin, D. Wright, stop capping for that nigga, bro. No, Luka Doncic played a great game. He got the win. Steph Curry didn't play no great game. You lost. That's not great. He still played a great game. Nah, fuck that, nigga. Where was you at when we needed you to be great? Like, all the role players and shit gonna do their thing in the first 3 quarters of the game because they role players. We need the star players to show up in the fourth quarter when they supposed to. You ain't supposed to be relying on, hey, man, I'm going to tell you, man, all I know is this, and I can't even front. All the shit talking I do about LeBron James, if that's LeBron James in the fourth quarter pulling what Steph Curry pulled tonight, oh, we own that nigga. Own him. If that's LeBron James pulling that shit that Steph Curry pulled tonight, niggas own this motherfucking ass. And I can't even lie about that. Like, that's just sad. It's just sad, brother. So, hey.
It's not going to matter. You're just not going to win it. But does tonight change your opinion about these players when they're in their normal roles? That's the question I think you have to ask yourself. And it is frustrating when you look at it now because, you know, this is another opportunity. The Suns lost today. They've lost 2 in a row. I know the Warriors have said they're not worried about the 1 seed. And, well, you can't be if you're going to lose games like tonight, back to 6 back of Phoenix, even though they got beat. And, you know, Memphis won in Chicago last night. So now you lose a little bit of ground on the Grizzlies as well. And the schedule's only going to get tougher. You're playing Dallas again this week. You're going and playing Minnesota.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm not even.
Games in Denver.
I'm literally
coming in. So when you play well, you got to figure out ways to finish those games. Brian and Hayward on 95.7 The Game. Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Doing well, man. Doing all right. Hanging in there.
Thanks. I just wanted to say, in hindsight, strictly in hindsight, after the game tonight, I feel that we should have allowed Jordan Poole. Yes, we're back on that topic. To pretty much just take whatever shot he wanted tonight. Especially with Clay not being there. I just feel after watching the game tonight, because we went so long, I don't know how many minutes I watched that game, and the ball just didn't go through the basket in the third quarter for him. I mean, they hit a free throw or something, but I would have loved to have just seen Jordan Poole out there shooting it like he thought he was Steph. And I don't think we would have, had the same outcome. And another thing, too, is Luka, man, as a basketball fan, I like that guy's game, but he strikes me as a little Harden-ish, if you know what I mean, kind of with the personality and this and that. But it's so fun to watch him, and I think that that pickup with Dinwiddie for them, that's really good for them. That's going to be big for them. Dinwiddie's he's a perfect piece to play along with a guy like Luka, in my opinion.
It's something.
You look at it.
It's something up with us, man, that we can't close games out like this. Like, that's a bad sign. But I'm literally, hey, I'm over it, bro. Whatever happened with this team this year happens. I can't get because they already showed me the only hope I got left is Draymond coming back and him coming back, hopefully being able to right the wrongs and kind of put everything back in order where it should be, and hopefully that, you know what I mean, levels things out. But that's all the hope I got left. You know what I mean? And Wiseman gonna come back too, you know what I'm saying? But that's all the hope I got left. Outside of that, they just showed me what they is.
The starting lineup. And we talked about Jordan Poole. We talked
A good
about
team, but you don't know what team is going to what good team is going to show up on what particular night, and if they do show up, you don't know if they're going to close the deal, if they're going to be able to close the deal.
I wonder if Jordan Poole was a little ticked off today at the fact that he wasn't thrown back into the starting lineup where he's played so well for this Warriors team and all of the time that Klay Thompson was out, and almost a reward. Hey, Jordan, you've been working hard coming off the bench, got you in this role. I know Steve Kerr the last couple of games has tried to get the rotation more in order, what maybe it's going to look like.
Nah, bro.
Moving forward, although I still don't totally buy that he's really settling in on a rotation.
Look, Jordan Poole, I know I say what I said about Jordan Poole, and he come down and he do a lot of that wild, herky-jerky, out of control kind of shit, but this is not a Jordan Poole problem, bro. I'm sorry. You got to be able to close that deal. You know what I mean? Steph Curry and the coaching of Steve Kerr should be enough to close that fucking deal. Like, Steph Curry is one of the top 75 all time. They ranking this. They got you ranked top 20. They saying by the end of your career, you definitely going to be in the top 10, bro. Steve Kerr, they got you top 15 all time. Okay? Y'all supposed to be able to close that deal, come up with something in the fourth quarter, and you up 14 points and get that win. You're just supposed to be able to do it. You know what I'm talking about? You can't do that. I mean, you overrated, man. I mean, I come back to say it, man. Hey, Steph Curry, you're supposed to be the greatest shooter in the world, dog. Greatest shooter of all time. Can't get no buckets in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? When it count. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy, dog. That shit crazy to me. So I done seen it too many times this year. You know what I mean? So that like I said, no killer instinct. Can't close a deal. You feel me? And it's just all bad, bro. It's one of them things, man. You know what I mean? To where
right now, I'll guarantee you that. In fact, they might be closer to where the Mavericks record is, or worse, if they had to play the whole year without Draymond Green. So I mean, that's kind of the point that I'm getting at. It's not, oh, you had the 21-point lead. You can't let the 21-point lead get away under any circumstances, but you're more susceptible to blowing 21-point leads with this team that actually suited up tonight than your full squad team. I don't see why that's so hard to understand, and I'm not, again, making an excuse.
Nah, you is making an excuse, bro.
A lot of people frustrated with Bielitsa and Damian Lee.
You is making an excuse, because that's it's easy to say that after the game, bro. You up 4, like, nah, bro. You have to win that game.
Fans are on one tonight, no doubt. Warrior fans are on one tonight. Warriors look like a first round exit. I'm not going to go that far.
Straight up.
I will say it one more
straight up. To me, they look like right now, after that shit tonight, you look like a first round exit.
In playoff series, they're vulnerable in any series. There's no question about it. It's just not. I mean, it's
like you look like a straight up first round exit. And and now, like I said, all of the talk, any of the talk of whatever they say tomorrow, 95.7 The Game here, local sports radio, talk radio in the Bay Area, which I'm listening to right now. Whatever they say about these motherfuckers in the morning, and tomorrow, all day.
I love my hardwood floors.
And usually I'll be like, man, y'all niggas be, because you know they always worry too much and come up with reasons to be worried, and you know what I mean. Even when the team is playing good, they always talk about the bad shit that could happen and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at this point, they deserve all that pessimism. They deserve all that shit. Because how can you have faith in a team after some shit like this, bro? Like I didn't think that this type of loss was possible. You know what I mean? And I know I said I done seen it already 3 or 4 times this year, but I mean, them other ones, I mean, we gave up the lead, but damn, 23-1 run, 30-5, and the other one was just like gradual. The other one was like we was up big in the first quarter and shit, in the second quarter and shit. This one, they was up big pretty late. You know what I mean? In the third quarter and shit. And then by the end of the fourth, by the end of the third, they was up 14, but they should have probably been up 17-18 because they had a few opportunities at the end of the third to go up more. And they missed shots and shit. End up being a 14-point lead, man. But you got to win that, bro.
Searching for fun ways to spend your tax return?
You got to win that. You got to win that, bro. Straight up. That shit don't make no damn sense. Yeah, because Luka Doncic didn't play good through. It was just that last 7-8 minutes of the fourth quarter. And by that time, they was like the game. That's like it was inevitable, bro. I just can't believe it, bro. Because it's like for me to be able to be a fan and sit at home and tell myself, listen, y'all just got to play good enough to not get beat by 15 points, and y'all still let it happen by even worse than 15 points. Shit crazy, bro. $30-5 run to win the game. Y'all let Luka end up with 34 and 11, and he even have one of those type of games. But y'all let it happen down the stretch. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
It's in Pleasant Hill. Out of your dreams and into your kitchen. Select the qualifying built-in kitchen appliance package that is.
Warriors were up 93-74, and it looked like the Dallas Mavericks were.
And I think Steph Curry does a great job of making the right reads and right
Shut
plays.
that shit up.
Yeah, and maintaining that aggressive posture throughout the entire game in 34 minutes. So he had 11 points in the first quarter.
Yep.
So he had 7
The rest of the game.
So he got his attempts up, but with Clay out of the lineup, with Draymond out of the.
I'm gonna check the stat sheet. They had held down Golden State to 10 points in the fourth quarter. Think about that.
What are you seeing, Sam, that have turned them into such a defensive juggernaut?
Bro. You scored 10 points in the fourth quarter as the Golden State Warriors. The quote-unquote high-powered Golden State Warriors that scores all of these points and shoots threes from all over everywhere. They just go in and it's just 10 points, bro. For an NBA team to score 25 points in a quarter, that's normal. That's regular. That's average. Every NBA team can do that. Even the worst ones. 25 points. So if you only score 10 points and you only need to and you let them outscore you by 15 points, that's only 25 points that they need to score in that fourth quarter. And they win the game. They end up winning by 6. So that means they scored 31 points in the fourth quarter, and we scored 10. Like you tell me. I mean, that's it. Don't get more choker than that. That's the choke job of the century, nigga. Period. 31-10, bro. Either 31-10 or 32-10. One of them. My math is off a little bit, but whatever. That's pretty pathetic, bro. And once they took the lead, it was like, all right, they got the lead. Now we can come back down there and score. But I mean, it was still already embarrassing by that point because they had came back and took the lead. But once we didn't score and they got that very next basket, and that very next basket came with like 3 or 4 minutes to go, so the game was nowhere near over. But at that point, I knew it was over. Like, it's a wrap. Y'all done let these niggas come all the way back, bro. Y'all niggas scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. 10. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking sad.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure. There's no doubt about that. But he was playing lights out basketball early on in the season. You can't do that for the full season. I mean, I love him. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, he's at MJ, right? And then that's why MJ, there's only one. You know, LeBron can say whatever he wants. He's nowhere near, like, Michael's status. Whatever he thinks, he's wrong. But that's a whole separate conversation. Bottom line, we need to be a little bit patient. I think you're right. Kurt still hasn't figured out the lineup yet because he doesn't have a full team. And we've got to just hang in there with him and understand that, because I think within a week or two of the All-Star break, if you still see them at this level of play, even within a week, then I'll get nervous. But until then, I'm gonna just
I'm not even saying nothing about being nervous or anything like that. But I'm saying, do y'all hear how stupid that sounds? He's saying right now he ain't nervous right now, but he gonna hang in for a week. And then if they still doing this next week, then he gonna be nervous. Bro, get the fuck out of here. It's gonna be no different than, like, they've been saying this shit all year, bro. Every since they started out 18-2, and then since then they just been playing regular, you know what I mean, for the rest of the season. It's always been this some excuse about, oh, we gonna do this and we know what we need to do. We gonna get it together, and once we get everybody back, it's gonna be good. But this shit is man, it's getting ugly.
Backup center is going to be. Is it going to be Wiseman? Is Bielitsa going to get time? It's almost going to be a different player, maybe at a different night, or depending upon the series, who's going to get run. But beyond that, you know, well, the rest of it's going to be spot minutes. Or if somebody's injured, somebody's going to have to fill in. Like, you're not going to see a lot of Moody, and you're not going to see a lot of Damian Lee, and you're probably not going to see a lot of Juan Toscano-Anderson unless there are specific matchups in a game or in a series to where maybe one of those players takes some minutes away from another player that has one of those top 9 spots. But right now, I mean, we're talking about of the for sure top 9. In a game like tonight, you're missing a third of that. You're missing a third of that top 9, and you're even missing Wiseman.
But
the backup center, the 10th man at that point in time. So it does make it difficult, and that is going to mean, like on a night like tonight, that Kuminga's going to play, get his opportunities as he had, and Moody was going to play. And Moody I thought was solid. Didn't hit shots, but I thought his floor game was pretty.
You got to win that game, bro.
It was just, once you put Moody in that starting lineup, you got nothing from Poole, and Kuminga was bad, and Bielitsa was another rough night for him. And a lot of nights Otto Porter has saved the Warriors by hitting a couple of threes or making some important plays in key moments, and that didn't happen tonight. And Damian Lee, it didn't happen for him either.
Yeah,
and
these
the
are all
Warriors
role
got
players.
engulfed in this tidal wave of momentum.
That's why we
by
need
the
to get all our
Mavs.
motherfuckers
and
back.
a 10-point run turned into a 16-point run, turned into a 26-1 run. And all of a sudden the Warriors are down 6, and it's ball game.
I'm finna get up out of here,
it
man.
Shouldn't happen. It sure as heck shouldn't happen in consecutive games at home.
I'd invented
that this has happened for the Warriors. They got to figure out a way to get some buckets. They got to figure out a way to get a few more stops in key moments, and they got to figure out a way to stem the tide. Because the one thing where I do think this translates, and Steve Kerr alluded to this, and we're going to play the Steve Kerr press conference here coming up. The game never being over and needing to withstand runs, that does play in the playoffs. That is.
I'm sorry, bro. And this is the part where I it's like, okay, it's either a Steve Kerr thing or a Steph Curry thing. I keep coming down to those two motherfuckers because, for one, Clay and Dre ain't there tonight. You know what I'm saying? But for two, even when they are there, those are still the main two. Like, bro, if you got somebody like Steph Curry, bro, I'm sorry, man. We got to find ways to get him some type of open looks in the fourth quarter when we need some buckets. When we need a shot to be made. If he can't create it off the dribble on his own like that no more, okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's time. But, okay, well then Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and the coaching staff or whatever on some collaboration shit, it's time to figure out ways to get this man open shots and not just coming down, passing it, and then hoping that somebody is going to get him the ball back once he go around and touch everybody's hands and all of that other shit. Because a lot of time in the fourth quarter, when it get close, it's starting not to touch it don't touch his hand after he get rid of it. It end up in Wiggins' hands or something, and everybody end up loading up on him because everybody is standing around watching now because the game is tense now because y'all done squandered a fucking lead and let a game get close that shouldn't have been close. So now it's like, oh shit, man, we got to really play now. We can't be playing around, and you know what I'm saying. And now you don't know what to fucking do. So something got to be done, man, because, and this is not even just something from this year, man. This is something I've been seeing and thinking about for a few years now. Even when we had KD, even when we had KD, and there were certain games that we lost that I feel like we shouldn't have lost. Now, ultimately, in the 3 years that KD was here, we won 2 championships. So, you know what I mean? But still, I'm just saying, just in general, certain, regular season games or maybe playoff games or, it's just certain times to where I've always kind of wondered, like, what happens a lot of time to Steph Curry in the fourth quarter of a lot of big close games or just close games in general. Like, what happens to him? You know what I'm saying? It's really pretty astonishing. You know what I mean? The magician like techniques of this man, literally on some magician shit in the first three quarters with all the antics and theatrics that this nigga do and all the great plays and acrobatic shots and shit, and then you on some magician shit in the fourth quarter because your ass disappeared like a damn magician act and you ain't nowhere to be found. So, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's just you disappearing or I mean, I know that they play Steph Curry tough and they double team him and triple team sometime and this, that. But a lot of times, man, in that fourth quarter, I don't know. It don't be seeming like that. It just be seeming like it's just that one man, and for whatever reason, he's just able to stay with him and not lose him. And if you allowing one man to stay on you, and everybody else, the other defenders can stay on their man, and that team can play the defense that they want to play. So I just don't, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get why in the fourth quarter and why in certain moments in close games, and I've been saying it, anytime it's been like the game where we need a buzzer beater or something to win, even then there's been times where we've gotten it, but I never think we're going to get it. Or like even with it, if we got the last shot at the end of the half or the last shot to end the quarter to try to make a basket to end off a quarter or end off a half or something like that. I never think we gonna make it, because I've seen so many times where sometimes we don't even get a fucking shot off. You know what I mean? We supposed to have all these great fucking shooters and shit, the greatest shooters of all time and all this other shit. But when we really need a bucket and we really need a shot to be made, we can't get it made unless Klay Thompson is out there. You know what I mean? And he can't make every fucking shot every time, but he's come up more than not. So it's just like he just said, Warriors fans are on one tonight. Yeah, we on one because this is not like the typical Warriors, man. I know earlier in the year they were saying, oh, this is like the 15 Warriors. This ain't the 15 Warriors. I'm sorry. The 15 Warriors was closing out these games, winning them. So we could have 4 or 5 more wins than we have right now if we win the games that we was up 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points. We've been lost 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah, but, even Porter and the elite said even though they're veterans, this team hasn't lost yet. I think this next few years, they need to lose in the playoffs and see what it's like to lose and sweat and get hungry. That is what.
Shut the fuck up. They don't need to lose to see what it feel like to lose in the playoffs, you dumbass. That ain't gonna make it so that it's gonna be better. They gonna come back better the next year after losing in the playoffs, and we know what it feels like to lose now. So, fans, these motherfuckers just be saying stupid shit. Steph, Klay, and Dre is getting older. All 3 of them have not been on the court not one time yet, and the season is 75% done, the regular season. Steph been there the whole year. Dre was there. Klay wasn't there. He was coming back. Then he finally came back, and Dre been out. So these motherfuckers is getting older. To lose in the playoffs and then say, oh, yeah, they're going to be better for it next year. Then they're going to know what it feels like. The rest of all the role players that ain't never won yet, they're going to know what it feels like. And they're going to come back and just like other teams ain't going to just get better. Or it ain't potential for injury or something like that. Nah, we ain't got no time for losing in the playoffs. If they lose, they lose. But that ain't guaranteeing they going to come back the next year and win it all because they lost. Nigga, fuck that shit.
Whatever it is. Because
I think that's what he did tonight. I think that's what Steve Kerr did tonight. I'm gonna jump in here. I'll let you finish. Here, Chris. But I think that's what Steve Kerr did tonight, because he's not gonna be starting over Wiggins. But when Klay wasn't gonna play, I think Steve Kerr said, I'm keeping you in the bench role because that's what your role is going to be, and I'm working on this other stuff.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
And look, I don't know it, but Jordan Poole played like a guy that was ticked off because, it's one thing to be not starting for Klay Thompson.
Man, Jordan Poole ain't done nothing on this team to earn the right to be ticked off at anything that Steve Kerr. I'll have Steve Kerr on that. I'll have Steve Kerr back on that. Like, so, sometimes they just be talking, just saying whatever. Yeah. He played like he was mad because he ain't earned no stripes like that to be able to throw his weight around like that and act like he mad, because Steve Kerr didn't put him in the starting lineup because for this one game because Klay Thompson didn't play. And he was the one that was starting when Klay Thompson was out at the beginning of the year. Come on, man. Nah, man. Yeah, just shut that shit up.
Especially a young player that's had some success. If I'm used to being in one role when somebody else is out, and now all of a sudden the head coach is saying you're not going to be in that role even though that person's out, I'd be upset. Now, there's no excuse to not go out there and play well, and I'm not saying that's the reason why he didn't play well. But if it was, it would be human nature for him to feel that way. All right, let's hear from Steve Kerr following this one. Lots to chew on, and I know a lot of people want to hear from Steve Kerr, get his thoughts.
Yeah, let me hear this shit, bitch.
The collapse at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks. Here's the head coach of the Warriors.
Steve, what were the factors that you saw that added up to the scoring drought in the fourth quarter?
Well, I thought we kind of lost our spirit and our energy when they made that push. I thought we closed the third quarter pretty strong. They had made a good run, and then we closed the quarter strong and went into the fourth with a 14-point lead. But we did not sort of maintain our grit, coming down the stretch. I thought we just kind of let the momentum get away from us. And, Dallas had all the momentum, and they were jumping around on their bench, and, our guys were kind of hanging their heads, and it's a good lesson for us. We've got to understand this is NBA games turn, on a dime. I mean, it just it happens quickly, and you got to be able to withstand that. And we can't just say, well, when Draymond and Andre are back, we'll be better. It doesn't matter who's out there. So we've got to do a better job of executing under pressure and maintaining confidence.
Besides, I guess, the emotional aspect that you're talking about, what schematically changed, or what changed on the court in that drought? I think
they went small to start the fourth, I think, and they kind of drove it right at the rim. Dinwiddie got going, and then we were on our heels, so we tried a few different combinations to try to regain the momentum, and we just couldn't find anything. But their defense has been great all year. Dallas, they're a top 5, top 10 defense.
I don't want to hear that shit.
And
nigga.
I thought when they went small, we didn't respond. We missed some open shots, and they just seized the momentum.
Steve, this is 2 consecutive home losses to teams you had down by 10 or more in the fourth quarter. Is there fear or concern that can get into the mentals of these guys?
I think it's actually good to go through and feel it, because this is what it feels like in the playoffs. This is what it feels like when you're playing against a really good team.
Yeah, so that means that shit bet not happen in the playoffs. Then that's what that means.
Stress all the.
If you talking about it's good to go through it because it's good to feel it, that means in the playoffs that shit bet not happen. It can't happen because you saying you learning from it right now.
Coming from the wrong places to foul, not being at the rim in rotation, when they went small. Our defense kind of broke down, and then we let that affect our offense. So we have to learn from that and grow from it, for sure.
Steve, Jordan did not play a lot in that fourth quarter. Without Clay, you would have think that he might be out there. Was that because he wasn't shooting well, or because the rotations didn't work out for him?
He just wasn't having a great night, so I decided to go a different direction.
Similar question about Kuminga. He seemed to be having a rough night. What did you see from him?
I thought JK, he's had so much momentum, and he's brought such good energy.
They grilling him on the questions.
He let
they grilling him.
The slow start affect him. That's what it looked
they like. Bruh, what happened out there, Steve?
He took a couple quick shots.
Because inevitably, when you lose a game like this, it's going to be some coaching questions, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm famously known for not blaming coaches. But that's on a micro level, I should say. Or that's on a bigger scale, like in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? You can't ultimately blame the coach because they not out there. Now, on a macro level, when it comes to just not the entirety of the season But when you look at games like tonight, when you got a 21-point lead and you end up losing that, and then like he said, this is the second home game in a row where you've had a significant lead, 10 points or more in the fourth quarter at home, and you lost. What's up? What's up with that, Steve Kerr? So not to blame the coach, but them questions need to be answered. Like, what's up with that, bro? Like, I mean, is this a pattern? Is this something we finna, is this something that we got to worry about? Something we gonna continue to see? Because if so, hey, we might get up and get somebody else up in this bitch, motherfucker.
Played, in the playoffs or deep in the playoffs. So these are great games for us to feel, but we have to learn from them and respond better.
And you said before the game you were already thinking about the back end of the trip when you have the back-to-back, but this is also sort of
You asked about it.
Yeah,
so
that is correct.
I had to answer it because I'm not thinking about the back end of the trip.
No, I understand.
I'm thinking about Minnesota. Yeah.
But that's my story. So that's but my question is sort of it's an unusual trip geographically. There's a lot of miles, and obviously Denver was added to it, which makes it even more challenging. How conscious are you as a coach of the pace of it, right? I mean, every other day for 8 days and then back to back. Does that affect your decisions early in the trip when you have that many sort of stacked up against each other?
Yeah. We go through all that stuff with our performance staff and discuss minutes and practice schedules and all that stuff. So it's all not only putting our heads together, but we literally have data that leads to a lot of our decisions.
You said that you guys have to learn from these kinds of games, especially with a young squad. It's not just about adding Draymond or Andre back. You also said that lack of energy, effort later in the game. What else, though, do you want this young group to take away, especially from defense, which has been
it's an embarrassing loss, bro. It just is.
All. Yeah. That's
cool.
Yeah. That's it. Energy, effort, execution. That's under pressure. That's the name of the game.
All right, so Steve Kerr there, following this one. A lot to chew on from Coach Kerr as the Warriors lose this one 107-101. We'll get our shot of the game coming up here momentarily on 95.7 The Game. I do think it was interesting that sort of the general, the overarching tone, I guess, of the post-game press conference with Kerr. A lot of, this is what happens when you play the young guys. Like, hey, Kuminga's in the rotation right now, and Jordan Poole's still learning and growing. And hell, Moses Moody played 25 minutes tonight. So, hey, sometimes the young players are going to be good and contribute and help you win. And it's all gravy when you're winning games and contending for a championship and shorthanded and developing. And there's been a lot of talk about that, and deservedly so. But you know what? The flip side of it is you're going to make yourself more vulnerable to some collapses if you're going to be playing the young guy. I still don't feel like they're playing the young guys on all that much to where the blame could really be on that.
No, it's not.
But I wonder. I do think that was
you can't blame the young guys. You was up 21 points, bro. You got a 14-point lead. It's not all young guys out there. You got a two-time MVP, 3-time champion, motherfucker who they say shooter of all time and shit. You got to be able to close that deal.
I was surprised that Rudy got the start.
You got Otto Porter out there. He ain't a young guy. He's a vet. You got Andrew Wiggins out there. He's a vet. You got Looney out there. He's a vet. Okay? So it ain't just, and we ain't putting it on the young guys, bro.
Kerr's press conference post-game and kind of put it on, this is part of playing the young guys. It kind of makes me go back to the Jordan Poole thing a little bit and wonder, all right, Jordan Poole gets out of the starting line. It's almost as if, like, how did the decision get made that tonight was going to be the night that, all right, Moody's going to get his reward, and he's gonna play. Like almost like the Warriors.
I'm not one for blaming coaches, but what it sounds like to me is Steve Kerr, they finna be on your motherfucking ass, boy. Yeah. Steve Kerr, they get ready to be on your motherfucking ass, boy. Mm-hmm.
It's fine tonight. But it's interesting that you kind of preach consistency and you're trying to figure out what the rotation's going to be. And obviously, Klay Thompson's out.
Rotations. Steve Kerr. That's another thing. You still working on the rotations 80% into the motherfucking season? You ain't found your motherfucking rotations by now and know what the fuck you want to do and who you want to play when this person ain't here or this person out. And this, like, if you still trying to figure that shit out, we're in a heap of motherfucking trouble.
The output, the 0 for 7, the 0 for 4, but also why he only got 19 minutes because he's only had sub 20 one other time this season. And on a night where Klay Thompson isn't playing, that's peculiar to me. Let's get to our shot of the game. Doncic comes to the right.
Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that shot of the game, man. Check this out, man. I'm finna get gone, man. I'm gone now. Snax on Sports. My only thing is, like I said, man, after that punk-ass motherfucking performance, that god-awful shit I just seen, I'm no longer saying that the Golden State Warriors, my team, my favorite team, with my favorite player, Steph Curry, I'm no longer saying that they are a real, true, authentic championship contender. Because that shit that I seen tonight and I've been seeing lately, that shit looked like a first round, second round at best exit, nigga. That's the type of team I see. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm saying that, and I'm feeling like that for the rest of the season now. I can't keep getting my feelings and emotions all caught up into this motherfucking team, and they keep doing me like this, man. I can't do it. So I gotta like stop even paying attention to the shit, man, and just you know, watch the games with just, you know what I mean, like whatever happened. You feel me?
Call 211. Let's hear a little bit of Stephen Curry before we call it.
Let's hear what the fuck Steph got to say
interview
too.
Room
real quick before I get off.
Center, following the Warriors' loss to the Mavs. Here's Steph.
Steph, how would you describe what went on in the fourth quarter for you guys?
There's a point where we started missing shots, and that started to affect our defense because we played great defense for 36 minutes and gave ourselves a huge lead and great momentum. Really felt like we had the game under control. For whatever reason, our energy switched when, you know, you miss a couple shots, empty possessions. They come down and score, start to get deflated for, you know, no reason really, because we still had, you know, a sizable lead.
Yeah, why you didn't make no shots?
Half-court defenses, and
why you didn't make no shots?
Can't stop the avalanche. So, you know, obviously, that's 2 home games in a row where it's been a rough, you know, fourth quarter for us. So we got to figure out how to maintain our energy even if shots aren't falling, because that's what it might be like in a playoff game where you got to grind out a win. And, you know, a team on the other side, they have a little bit of life to take advantage of it. So, like to say it's a good lesson to learn, even though.
See, that's the same
shit.
Sucks
to have to go through it.
It's the same. It's the
it's
same shit.
Issue.
It's the same rhetoric all the time. It's a good lesson to learn. You know, it's a learning lesson.
Like, we played 36 great minutes and gave ourselves a 21-point lead, 19, I think, going into the fourth, and or whatever it was, and that's what in the league as a good team, that should be enough to just get a you know, enough stops in the fourth quarter where you don't have to win the game twice. We didn't do that.
Went 8.5 minutes without making a shot, the whole team. What within that pocket do you feel like
it's sad, bro? And this is what I'm saying.
We got some pretty decent looks there. So we got some 4-on-3 situations. Didn't fall. Like I said, it's one of those things where for whatever reason, the energy just you got Zach, on the other end, and they start to pick up life, which then in turn their defensive energy picks up because they feel like they have a chance. I don't think we had too many turnovers, so it's just missing shots, and then
the reason why it's sad and it's just some sad, pathetic shit, and it's frustrating, is because after a game like this, and you think about it, and you hear these niggas talk about it, and it's like, bro, you keep having these opportunities to have these wins and win these games and establish yourself as one of the NBA's elite, and you keep squandering it and losing. And I have to sit there and keep thinking thinking like we should have won this game. That's why it's just like, all right, I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I can't believe that they're a championship contending team. And when I say championship contender, I mean, yes, I believe that they are still, like I said, one of the 5 or 6, best teams in the league that has a chance to win the championship. You know what I mean? But do I, after seeing how they've been playing lately, especially the last 2 games, in particular that game tonight, can I see them beating a Milwaukee Bucks in the finals? Or even the Philadelphia 76ers right now and how they playing early on with James Harden? Or a Phoenix Suns who look like it's just a straight juggernaut the whole year? Chris Paul will be back right around the playoffs, right before the playoffs. Or even Memphis, who Ja Morant is like a young motherfucking man. Fucking Speedy Gonzalez running around. So that's what I'm saying. In Brooklyn, if they, you know what I mean, when KD come back and they get all they shit together, like, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? So right now, how they playing, I will put them like 5th or 6th after all them from how they playing right now. I understand, obviously, they're a better team with Draymond. And Draymond ain't there. And they're obviously a better team with Clay. And Clay wasn't there tonight. So I understand that. My point is, with just a single game like tonight, playing against a team like the Dallas Mavericks, and you up 21 points, and you got a 14-point lead, and going into the 4th quarter at home, and you still got Steph Curry, that should be enough to get that win, man. You know what I'm saying? That should be enough to get that win. And if you suck that bad to where you can't, like, you just let the game you just give it away in the 4th quarter like that, just because all of a sudden you're not making a few shots and they making a little run real quick. Okay, they gonna make a little 8-2 run and a 9-2 run. You know what I mean? 9-3 run or something like that. Like, okay. And so they cut the lead from 21-15 or 14-8. Okay, come back down there and just make a shot. You ain't even got, just make a shot every 2 or 3 trips down at least. Y'all wasn't making nothing. Supposed to have the greatest shooter of all time and going 5, 6, 7 minutes straight without fucking scoring at all. Like, that shit is pathetic, man.
What can you say when something like this happens? I mean, there's really 2 things you could say. You could say what Steve Kerr and Steph Curry did say, or you could say, which sounds like an excuse, well, wait until Draymond and Klay Thompson and Iguodala come back, and then it'll be a different story. I think the most unfortunate part of tonight, and both Curry and Kerr alluded to this, and Kevon Looney alluded to this in his post-game press conference that we didn't air for you here on Warriors Wrap Up. And I'll give you the exact quote from Looney because I think it encapsulates all of it. They made a run and we kind of folded when the adversity hit. That's the most, I think, disturbing aspect of this loss for the Warriors tonight.
That's the part that I say.
In a nutshell, the Mavs made a run and the Warriors folded when adversity hit, and that's something.
That's where I say it's Steph Curry and Steve Kerr's fault. Those are the two entities of the team that's supposed to be able to withstand that.
You got a couple of future Hall of Famers that are out. Once you get that lead, you got to figure out a way to close out that game and win it.
You can't just fold like a fucking cheap
that'll
tent.
do it. I want to thank
just because they're making a little run, dog, and just lose the game and just give it away, like just unleash the dam. Like, just let the water just flow and just.
That'll do it for me. Keep it locked here at 95.7. The game beginning tomorrow morning.
Steph Curry, you better be setting up to have the greatest postseason of your motherfucking career. Because after how you done played since them first 20 games of the season, after that first, quarter of the season, since then, man, you've been playing well overall. You still ain't been shooting well, but some of your man, it's just, hey, man. Hopefully you saving it for the playoffs, because this shit don't make no motherfucking sense, man. But I'm gonna tell you what y'all done did. Y'all done made me say, fuck it. I'm gonna just enjoy the rest of the basketball season in the NBA. Fuck just focusing on the Warriors and hoping that this team that's getting rekindled, it's the glory of, 15 and 16 and 17 and 18 and all that shit. Y'all done showed me that y'all, a step below that. Yeah, I'm keeping in mind that Draymond ain't there. Draymond ain't been there. Claymon is Clay is Claymon. Clay's still working his way back, and Clay wasn't there tonight. But still, man, what makes me feel better is when those two players aren't there and we up 21 and we able to close the game out like that. Like, okay, that's how I know we the team that we supposed to be, because we didn't have our second and third best player, and we still was up by 21 and won the game pretty handily. But like he said, the fourth quarter, when they made their run, y'all caved in and folded when adversity hit. And just let them niggas just bully y'all and push y'all around and didn't fight back. I said, man, it's all cool in the first, second, and third quarter when that shit ain't, you know what I mean? When it's sweet. And doing all that hot dogging and all them jumping jacks and all that Harlem Globetrotter shit and shooting the ball, turning around, not looking for. Listen, man, if you're going to be doing all that shit, bro, for one, make the fucking shot. That's the first time I seen Steph Curry ever do that and miss. He shot the ball. Y'all know how he shoot, and he turned around and started heading back the other way before the ball even go through the basket. Well, tonight he did that shit, and that shit didn't go through the basket. It bricked. That should have been an omen right there. I should have known right there he probably was going to lose, because that was in the first or second quarter. I should have known right there. Oh, that's a bad sign. Probably going to lose this one, because you can't do that shit like that, nigga. You got and think you're going to win. You know what I mean? If you going to do that, you got to make it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, that's disrespectful to the game. Now, that's my favorite player. I love it. You know what I mean? Keep doing it, my nigga. But I'm just saying, you got to make that shit if you're going to be doing all that shit, man. But, hey. I gotta see it to believe it now. I'm not just believing it just because we did it before in the past and we got 3 championships and all that shit. I ain't on that shit no more. Fuck that. I gotta see it happen right now this year. Then I'll believe it. Snax on Sports. I'm gone. Fuck you niggas talking about.